My child, if you're hearing this right now, in the middle of your confusion, when your heart feels heavy and your thoughts are spinning with no clear way forward, know this: I am right here. It's not a coincidence that you're listening. I see you. I see your weariness. I see the silent questions you're afraid to ask out loud. God, where are you? Why does everything feel so unclear? Have you left me? And I whisper back, no, beloved, I have not left you. Not even for a moment. You may not feel me right now, but I've never stopped being near. I am closer than the breath you're struggling to take. Feeling lost doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you wandered too far or that your faith isn't strong enough. Sometimes, being lost is just part of the journey. Sometimes, it's how I bring you back to me. Let go of the need to have all the answers. You don't have to figure everything out tonight. Just be still and breathe. I am holding your heart right now. I am gathering your tears. I know the weight you carry. Even if you don't know the way forward, I do. Even if you don't feel me, I'm still guiding you. Let this be your first step. Trust that I am with you, not because you've earned it, not because you always believe perfectly, but because I love you. And my love is not leaving you in the dark. There's a silence inside you that you've been afraid to face. The kind of quiet that feels more like emptiness, like something's missing and you don't even know what it is. You sit with it at night. You carry it through the day. And in that silence, you wonder, am I broken? Why does everything feel so hollow? But child, the silence inside you is not empty. It's sacred space. It's the place where I whisper the loudest. If you'll let me, it's not a void. It's not a mistake. It's me, clearing away the noise so your soul can breathe again. I know this stillness feels uncomfortable. You're used to movement, to fixing things, to staying busy so the ache won't catch up to you. But there's a healing that only happens in the quiet. There's a comfort that only grows when the world is still. Don't rush to fill the silence. Don't try to numb it with distractions or cover it with noise. Just sit, let it be still, and listen. I am there. In the stillness, I am rebuilding what was broken. In the silence, I am singing songs of peace over you. You may not hear them yet, but one day you will look back and see that this silence was never abandonment. It was invitation. An invitation back to my heart. You've been carrying the weight of your confusion, like it's a burden only you understand. You look around and wonder how everyone else seems so sure of their path, so steady in their steps, while you feel like you're drifting, uncertain, untethered, unseen. But child, let me tell you something gentle and true. You're not the only one who feels this way. There are countless others, some sitting in quiet rooms, some walking through crowded streets, some smiling while they're silently unraveling inside, who are feeling just as lost. You're not alone in your ache. You're not alone in your wondering. You're not alone in the silence that follows your whispered prayers. This world has a way of pretending. People wear masks of certainty to cover their questions. But I see beneath it all. I see hearts, just like yours, trembling and searching. And I love each one. So take a deep breath, not because the path is suddenly clear, but because you're seen even in the fog. And I am walking beside you, just as I am walking with them. I know the feeling of being lost. I once walked the earth in human form, feeling the weight of pain, confusion, and loneliness. That means I don't just sympathize, I understand. So come close to me, exactly as you are, with your questions, with your tired heart, with your shaky faith. You don't have to be certain to be close to me. You just have to be willing. You are not alone. And this place, this uncertain place, can still be holy when you invite me into it. You may not even have the words for it. You just know there's something missing, a deep longing in your soul that nothing seems to satisfy. You've tried to fill it with success, with approval, with busyness, with distractions, but the ache remains. Let me tell you, child, I know what you're searching for. It's not a destination. It's not a feeling. It's not a checklist of things that need to go right in your life. What you're really looking for is me. You were created with eternity in your heart. There's a sacred space inside you that only I can fill. So of course, nothing else feels quite right. Of course, the achievements still leave you feeling empty. Of course, the relationships, while beautiful, can't carry the full weight of your soul, because they were never meant to. What your heart is cry out for is home. Not a place, but a person. Not comfort in the world, but communion with me. And the good news? You don't have to go on a long journey to find me. You don't have to fix everything or figure it all out before you come near. I'm already here. In the stillness, in the questions, in the ache. Call out to me, even with a whisper, even with tears, even with a heart that's unsure. And I will meet you there, because I know what you're searching for. And I am everything your soul has been waiting for. There's something deep inside you that led you here, to this moment, to these words, to this quiet space where your soul finally slowed down enough to listen. And I want you to know this is not a coincidence. You didn't stumble onto this by accident. You didn't just happen to click or scroll or pause here. I brought you here. In a world full of noise, distractions, and rushing, I've gently drawn you to this stillness because I have something to say to your heart. I know what you're walking through. I see the weight you carry, the questions that won't stop, the decisions you can't make, the fear that won't leave you alone at night. And so I made sure you'd hear this, not to overwhelm you, but to remind you I haven't forgotten you. There are moments in life that feel random, even meaningless, but from where I sit, nothing is random. Everything can be redeemed, even your confusion, even your delay, even your moments of wondering where I am. Right now, I want you to feel this truth settle deep into your spirit. I see you, I know you, and I've orchestrated this moment to whisper love back into your weary heart. So let go of the thought that you're wandering alone. Let go of the lie that no one sees what you're going through, because here I am, whispering hope, restoring peace, and lighting a path forward. This is your reminder. You are not forgotten. You are not lost beyond my reach. And this moment is the beginning of something new. You may feel like you're surrounded by darkness, uncertainty in every direction, no clear signs, no light ahead. And you're scared, not just of what's next, but of taking even one more step. But listen closely, child. I'm already ahead of you. I'm not waiting for you at the finish line. I'm walking in front of you, right through the darkness. I know the way even when you don't. I see the dangers that never reach you. I move obstacles you'll never know were there. I make a path when there seems to be none. When you feel like you're walking blind. Remember, you're not leading this journey. I am. You don't need to light your own way. You don't have to see the full map. You only need to stay close to me. Yes, the road may twist. Yes, the night may feel long. But I have never let go of your hand. And I never will. Even the darkest valleys are familiar to me. I've walked them before. I've led my children through fire, through storms, through wilderness, and I brought them safely through. I'll do the same for you. So if all you can do today is take one small step, take it, not in fear, but in trust, because I am here. I am before you. I am behind you. I am beside you. And even in the night, I am your light. Before you try to figure it all out, before you spiral into questions that have no clear answers, before you run back into busyness just to numb the ache, take one deep breath. Inhale slowly. Let your shoulders drop. Feel your chest rise and fall. This too is holy. This breath is not just air. It is my gift to you in this very moment. You don't need to solve everything today. You don't need to carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. You don't need to pretend to be strong when you feel like you're falling apart. This breath, it's your reminder that you are still alive, and I'm not done with you yet. When the world feels chaotic, when your mind is racing, when your heart is aching, come back to this breath. Come back to me. I created your lungs. I shaped your soul. I know what you need even before you say a word. And sometimes, What you need is not more effort, but more rest. Not more answers, but more presence. Let your breath slow down. Let your spirit catch up to your body. Let your heart lean into mine for just a moment. In that breath, I am meeting you. In that stillness, I am healing you. In that surrender, I am renewing you. So pause, close your eyes, breathe in grace, breathe out fear, and know this: I am with you in this moment, and I will walk with you into the next. You wander for a while now, not always far, not always fast, but enough that your heart feels like it's drifting. You've tried to find comfort in places that couldn't hold you. You've looked for love in voices that left you empty. You've chased peace in things that only stirred up more noise. And now your soul is tired, not just physically, but deeply, the kind of tired that rest can't fix. Because what you truly need is to come home, not to a building, not to routine, but to me. I'm calling you home. Home to the place where you don't have to prove yourself, where your wounds are safe, where your questions are welcome, where your soul can breathe again. I'm not asking you to come back perfect. I'm not waiting for you with a list of what you did wrong. I'm standing with open arms because I've missed you. You don't have to clean yourself up. You don't have to pretend you're okay. You don't even have to have the right words. Just turn your heart toward me. That's all. I'll meet you in that turn. I'll run to you like I always have. Child, home is not far. It's one whisper away. It's one moment of surrender, and I am already reaching for you. So come with your doubts. Come with your mess. Come with your weariness. I am here, and I am calling you home. You may think no one notices. The quiet tears late at night. The ones you wipe away before anyone can see. The ones that fall without sound but speak volumes in pain. But I see them all. I see every tear you cried. Not one has fallen without my knowing. Not one has been wasted. Each one carries a story, a wound, a prayer too deep for words. And I have gathered them all, like treasures in the palm of my hand. When you wept from heartbreak, I was near. When you broke down behind closed doors, I was holding you. When no one else understood, I did. Your tears are not weakness. They are a sign that your heart is still alive, still soft, still reaching. And that matters to me. I don't rush you to stop crying. I don't turn away from your pain. I sit with you in it. I hold space for your sorrow. And in time, I will bring beauty out of what broke you. The world may ignore your tears, but I never do. I honor them. I heal through them. And I promise you, there will come a day when I will wipe away every single one. Until then, let them fall if they need to. Let your soul be honest. Let your heart remain open. Because every tear you cry is seen. Every ache you carry is known. And every moment of your pain is held in my love. There are nights that feel endless, where sleep won't come and peace feels far away. Nights when memories haunt you, fears grow louder, and everything inside you whispers, will this ever get better? In those moments, when darkness wraps around your soul, remember this truth. I am the light in your darkest night, not just a distant star, not a flicker that fades, but a constant, steady flame that cannot be put out by fear or doubt or pain. I've been there before, in the garden under the weight of sorrow, on the cross, wrapped in the deepest agony. I know what it is to feel the heaviness of night, and that's why my light shines even more fiercely when yours feels gone. You don't have to be strong right now. You don't have to pretend to be okay. You don't have to fake the faith you're struggling to hold. Just lift your eyes, even slightly, even from beneath the tears, even from the floor. I am there. I'll guide you step by step. I'll illuminate the next small thing. I won't always show you the whole path, but I'll never leave you stumbling alone. When you feel swallowed by the dark, whisper my name. You don't need fancy prayers. You just need a heart that reaches for me, because I am the light that never goes out. I am with you in the night, and dawn is coming. You've been holding on so tightly to what used to be, to old hopes, past relationships, familiar patterns, things that once felt safe, but now leave you feeling stuck. And I know it's hard to let go, because even when something no longer brings peace, it can still feel terrifying to release it. But child, not everything that got you here is meant to carry you forward. Let go of what no longer serves you. That doesn't mean it was worthless. It doesn't mean you were wrong for holding it. It simply means it's time for something new. There are things you're carrying that are too heavy for this next part of your journey. Burdens I never asked you to bear. Voices that speak lies about who you are. Fears that keep you from stepping into the fullness I have for you. Let them go. Place them in my hands. I know it feels uncertain, like releasing your grip will leave you in nothing. But here's the truth. You're not letting go into emptiness. You're letting go into me. And I am strong enough to hold what you release. I am wise enough to know what to return and what to remove. I am good enough to fill your hands again with peace, purpose, and promise. So breathe deep and open your palms. Say goodbye to what no longer fits. Say yes to healing. Say yes to freedom. Because the lighter you travel, the farther I can take you. There are moments when the past whispers too loudly. Moments when old mistakes feel like they still hold power. When memories rise up like waves and try to tell you who you are. Unworthy, broken, too far gone. But let me speak something truer, deeper, and eternal into your soul. Your past does not define you. Not the failure. Not the shame. Not the season when you felt far from me. Not the words you wish you could take back. None of it has a final say. Because I have stepped into your story. I have placed my love at the center of your timeline. And I rewrite everything with grace. Yes, your past shaped parts of you. But it doesn't have to control where you're going. What happened before doesn't cancel out the purpose I still have for you. I don't label you by your worst days. I call you by your real name. Loved, redeemed, chosen. I know everything you've done. And still I want you. Still I delight in you. Still, I offer you a fresh start. You are not too damaged for me. You are not too late for me. You are exactly where I can begin something new. So don't run from your past. Bring it to me. Let me hold it. Let me heal it. Let me transform it. Because the only thing that defines you now is my love for you. And that love says, you are more than your history. You are my beloved, and your story is not over. You've been trying to stay strong for so long, holding it all together, pushing forward even when your soul is tired, smiling on the outside while quietly breaking on the inside. But you don't have to keep pretending. You're allowed to feel weak. You're allowed to sit down for a moment. You're allowed to admit, I can't do this on my own, because that's where I come in. I never asked you to carry it all. I never asked you to fight through life by yourself. I never looked at your weariness as failure. In fact, I see your exhaustion as a doorway, a moment where you can finally receive what I've been waiting to give you all along. New strength, not your own, mine. Strength that doesn't run out when the day gets heavy. Strength that holds steady even when your emotions waver. Strength that rises up from the inside, rooted in me. You may feel like you've fallen too many times, like it's too late to stand again. But listen to my whisper. I'm not asking you to rise in your own power. I'm lifting you with mine. I'm placing courage back into your bones. I'm restoring hope where it's run dry. I'm wrapping my arms around you and reminding you, you are not done yet. So lean on me. Let me steady your trembling heart. Let me be the strength beneath your feet. Because with me, you can stand again. And this time, you won't stand alone. You've been carrying the pressure to be enough, to do everything right, to get it all together before you come close to me. But child, hear this with your whole heart. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I never was. I didn't create you to perform for my love. You don't need to earn your place in my presence. You don't have to hide your flaws, your doubts, or your mess. I see it all, and I choose you anyway. You may think your weakness disqualifies you, but it's actually what draws me closer. Because where you fall short, my grace fills the gap. You don't have to pray perfectly. You don't have to understand everything. You don't even have to feel strong in your faith. You just have to come. Come with the cracks. Come with the questions. Come with the things you wish were different. I'm not disappointed in your struggle. I'm not surprised by your pain. I'm not walking away because you're still healing. I'm staying because I'm not after your performance. I'm after your heart. So let go of the pressure. Let go of the impossible standards. Let go of the idea that you have to fix yourself before I can use you. I use broken things. I bless imperfect stories. And I love you, not despite your flaws, but right in the middle of them. You've been so afraid of feeling lost. Afraid it means you failed. Afraid it means you've drifted too far. Afraid that somehow you miss my will for your life, and now there's no way back. But child, let me tell you a truth that might surprise you. Being lost might be the very way I'm leading you back. Because sometimes I allow the path to blur, not to punish you, but to pull your eyes off everything else and turn them back to me when the plans fall apart, when the clarity disappears, when the usual comforts no longer satisfy. That's when your soul becomes still enough to hear my whisper again. I know you don't like this feeling. I know you long for direction, for certainty, for signs. But this place, this wilderness, can become holy ground, not because it's easy, but because it's here that you remember what truly matters. It's here that you stop running. It's here that you start listening. It's here that you discover you were never alone to begin with. You see, I'm not waiting at the destination. I'm walking with you in the disorientation. I'm not ashamed of your confusion. I'm using it to draw you close. So don't be afraid of this moment. Don't curse the season that stripped everything away, because it might just be the very place where you find me again, closer than you ever imagined. You're not off course. You're not too far gone. You're just being invited to come home by a different road. You've been holding so much, quietly, bravely, and maybe even beautifully, but still, you're carrying more than your heart was meant to bear alone. I see how you smile through the ache. I see the weight behind your eyes. You tell yourself to be strong, to push through, to not bother anyone with your pain. But child, you were never meant to carry this alone. Not the pressure, not the fear, not the grief, not the questions that keep you up at night. I didn't design you to be self-sufficient. I created you to lean, to reach, to rest. In me, when your shoulders shake from the load, I don't stand far off waiting for you to get together. I come close. I kneel beside you, and I whisper, let me carry that. Let me carry the fear that paralyzes you. Let me carry the shame that whispers lies. Let me carry the burden you try to hide from everyone else. You're not weak for needing help. You're not broken for needing comfort. You're human, created to walk with me, not ahead of me. So exhale, child. Loosen your grip. Hand me what's too heavy, because I am your strength. I am your rest, and I am ready to carry you through. You don't have to do this alone. You never did, and you never will. You might think faith is some big, bold, fearless act, leaping into the unknown with full confidence and perfect peace. But let me tell you a secret. Faith often looks much smaller than that. Sometimes, faith is just one shaky breath, one whispered prayer, one small step taken in the dark. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's not about never feeling afraid. It's about trusting me enough to move, even when you don't know where it will lead. Remember how Peter stepped out of the boat? The waves were still crashing. The wind was still howling, but his eyes were on me. And for that moment, that one step, that was faith. So today, don't pressure yourself to have it all figured out. Don't wait until you feel brave. Don't wait for the storm to stop. Just take one step, one act of surrender, one moment of honesty, one decision to trust me with something you've been holding back. That's enough. I'm not asking you to run a marathon today. I'm just asking you to move your heart toward mine, one small step at a time. Because when you take a step toward me, I take every other step right beside you. And even if your faith feels small, it's enough to move mountains when your hand is in mine. I know how shattered you feel. Like life came in waves and left pieces of you scattered. Like you've been putting yourself back together with trembling hands, wondering if you'll ever feel whole again. But hear me, beloved, I'm not afraid of your brokenness. I'm rebuilding you from the inside out, piece by piece, not with pressure, not with shame, but with tenderness, with love, with grace that reaches into every crack. I see every broken piece, the parts of your story you try to hide, the regrets you carry, the wounds no one else can see. And still I gather them all, gently, patiently, carefully, because I'm not discarding what's been damaged. I'm redeeming it. I'm making beauty from what was broken. I'm creating strength from what once felt weak. I'm crafting a testimony from what you thought was the end. You may not see the full picture yet, but trust me, there's purpose in every scar. There's light breaking through every fracture. And I am not rushing this process, because true healing takes time. And I care more about your heart than your pace. So let me rebuild you. Let me restore what was lost. Let me make you new, not in spite of what you've been through, but because of it. You are not ruined. You are being remade. And the finished work will be more beautiful than you can imagine. I know how much you wish you could see the whole path, how you long to know what's coming next, the answer, the outcome, the timeline. But child, if I showed you everything all at once, you'd feel overwhelmed. So instead, I invite you to walk with me one day at a time. You don't need to have a 5-year plan. You don't need to solve every problem today. You just need to take the next right step with me. This journey isn't about speed. It's about trust. And I'm more interested in your heart being close to mine than your life looking perfectly put together. So when you wake up in the morning, start here. God, be with me today. And I will. I'll give you grace for today's trials, strength for today's burdens, peace for today's uncertainties, and joy for today's little moments. You don't have to figure out tomorrow right now. You don't have to rehearse the what-ifs. You don't have to fear the unknown, because I'm already in your tomorrow. I've gone before you. I'm preparing good things, things you can't yet see. But today, just be here with me. Let me walk beside you. Let me carry what you can't. Let me lead gently, patiently, faithfully. One day, one step, one breath at a time. That's all I ask. And with each day you trust me, you're walking into a future shaped by my love. You may feel like you wandered too far, like you've missed a mark, like you've fallen off the map. And no one, not even God, could find you now. But listen to me, beloved, you are never truly lost. Not in my eyes, not in my heart, not for a single moment. Even when you can't see the way, I do. Even when you don't feel me near, I'm still closer than your next breath. There's never been a second where I didn't know exactly where you are. Not one step you've taken that I haven't seen. Not one tear you've cried that I haven't caught. Not one sigh of confusion that didn't reach my ears. You may feel disoriented, but I know the way back. And not just back to where you were, but forward into something more beautiful than you imagined, because you were made for me. And nothing, no mistake, no detour, no wilderness can change that. So breathe, be still, rest in this truth. You are seen, you are loved, and you are being led. You're not too far. You're not too late. You are not forgotten. You are mine, and I will never stop guiding you home.